Yeah, so this is just going to be a casual conversation. And before we get started, can you tell us your name, the name of your business, and what you guys do?
Sure. My name's Jessica Diaz, and I own Bright Spark Cleaning Service LLC, residential, commercial cleaning, Airbnbs, real estate, all of
Mm.
that. Yeah.
Ooh, that's great. What was the
Yeah.
main reason why you started this business?
So yeah, I started like 19, I guess 20 years ago. I was a stay-at-home mom,
Hmm.
and my husband, I didn't want to be stuck to a tight schedule with work, and it was just something to make cash on the side while my husband, went to work. And
Right.
then as the years kind of went on, I realized like I had the flexibility. I could make my own schedule. I could grow as big as I wanted. I could be home with the kids, but also, so I also homeschooled my kids. So it was
Wow.
like it gave me like the flexibility to be busy, but also to be home.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
like thinking of homeschooling my kids too in the future. I don't
Hmm.
know. I also that's kind of inspiring because for me, I definitely want to be in a place where I'm also financially stable, and
Hmm.
be able to do that. So that's
Hmm.
absolutely amazing. You said you
Yeah,
started your business 20 years ago,
I
right?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
dang. But yeah, it's quite a journey
I
to start
know.
from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my daughter is now going to be 20 in October and my son will be 15 in September. And I started when my daughter was like a year and a half old. So it's really crazy to see because like her whole homeschool life is over, she's graduated and I'm still doing this. And,
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow. Okay. So if you were to kind of give advice to someone who's starting in this industry, like how did you get
mhm.
started on like getting business for yourself, your company, kind of, yeah, that route?
So the atmosphere now is completely different than it was then. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. And it's amazing how fast time actually passes because how I started was I was working part-time in the Curves gym, a women's gym,
Sure.
and I would just go there like an hour or two a day. And I posted a flyer, like one of those old rip off the bottom flyers.
Oh, yeah,
And
when you rip
yeah,
off the
yeah, you pull
coupon.
the little tab off. And it was great. I mean, I had a couple women from the neighborhood that were like, "Oh, you clean houses." I was like, "Not really, but I'm gonna start." And I had a different business name at that time, and
Mm.
I just like, created this cleaning contract, and I had like five residential clients right from there. And I was, yeah,
Wow.
it was really good. And then from there, that was it. It was like I started just people would call, oh, so and so mentioned you, and that's kind of how it built in the beginning. It was very easy to get clients. Yeah, and
Gotcha.
the first 10 years was like very simple, but that was once again then.
Gotcha. So, yeah,
Yeah.
very curious with what you mentioned. The landscape has changed from then and now. How is it different now?
So now there's a lot more, and I don't like to really say this out loud to solidify it, but the reality as it is right now is the competition is very high. Since COVID, a lot of people started their own businesses, and they've been in business for a short period of time. The prices are, competitive. A lot of people are charging less because they don't have as much experience.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people don't carry insurance and stuff like that. So as I go in as a business that's been, had a foundation for so long and I have overhead and, I'm making more money and expecting more money because of the overhead and the cost of supplies and the money that employees want to make, now then it was like $10, $15 an hour, no big deal. I was only making $25 an hour 20 years ago, but now people expect, benefits and a lot of time off. And since COVID, a
Gotcha.
lot of people that are hired just expect more. So it's the advertising is different. It's like you can put
Mm.
flyers out and things like that, like you used to be able to do, but now it's more like social media and you have to really push your
Right.
presence so that people can see you because like I said, there's just a lot of people cleaning. So it's not as easy as it was then. You can still do it. I mean, I'm still doing it, but it's not
Gotcha.
as easy.
Gotcha. So I'm curious about that then. Are you offering a special like bundle that no one else is offering to be able to move differently than your competitors, or what have you changed in terms of your pricing, your quality to be able to, yeah, combat that?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a twofold thing. So up north, I just recently moved down south, right? To
Hmm.
Florida. I started my business in Pennsylvania 20 years
Right.
ago.
Right. Okay. I did.
So yes. So for the last like 3 years, I've been going back and forth because a lifelong friend of mine cleaned on the side. And I told her 3 years ago, how about we combine forces? We start Open Bright Spark in Florida. I'll come back and forth and we'll just start building in Florida. And I can leave Pennsylvania, run, and go. And I'm still like, doing the schedule and calling the clients and doing the estimates and stuff. But here, starting over again. So I've been back and forth for 3 years, but I'm literally 1 month living here. I also live in PA. So I'm back and forth trying to keep things going.
Wow.
So it's a totally different ball game here in Florida. I feel like I'm literally starting the business all over again. So how I'm handling it up north, to answer your question, is I already kind of have a platform there and I have, a lot of clients that know me and it's just easier I don't have to really offer anything because like I said, the way I started it was word of mouth but most of my clients are from previous clients. So down here, how I'm looking to handle it, hopefully, I mean, this is all trial and error right now because I'm starting over
Course.
again, is being able to go into like open houses and make connections with commercial clients. It's more geared in that direction. And then offering the people coming on a package, like like some kind of hiring bonus,
Yep.
and then a raise after 2 months, doing like a trial period raise, and then kind of take it from there. And then also we pay for gas, we pay for mileage on the car if they want to drive their own car, so there are different ways to kind of look at it to get quality people that are passionate about working for us. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I feel like there's a certain value that comes with bonuses and kind of commissions and that raise.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
It totally hit me when you said that COVID has changed the landscape because I can definitely see that. People
Yeah.
definitely started their own businesses. Gyms aren't as big as it used to be.
Mm-mm.
Even like
Mm-mm.
viewership, I feel like people are all on social media now because I guess like when
Hmm.
COVID was a thing, everyone was just scrolling and
That's all we
now
had.
they've yeah, they've got into the habit and never got out of it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, social
Hmm.
media is huge, like you've mentioned. I totally agree. So
Hmm.
how do you meet these like commercial like real estate agents? Do you meet them online or do you just go to open houses? Or have you tried?
So I will literally go like down here so far. I've scheduled 3 open houses where I will like set up a table. I'll have like balloons and all my advertisements and I'll meet like people in the community. Like I'm a very like go-getter in that sense of the
Love
word.
that.
Like my partner is like she's a great cleaner. She's super meticulous and she's amazing training people. That is not my
Wow.
strong suit. So we kind of have to find like if I'm training someone and they make a mistake, I won't say anything. I'm like, great job, and then I'll go do it. That is not my
Honestly,
strong
girl,
suit.
same. That's
Yes.
nice.
And Ginger will go in and be like, oh no, this is how we do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving that to you. So for
Gotcha.
me, I am very like I like to make connections, socialize, talk to people when I go out. Like I just had a man deliver a dining room table for me off of Marketplace and he set it up and it's beautiful and I love it. And he's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, this is what I do. And he's like, oh, great. I know some people. I have connections. I clean junk out of houses and they want the houses cleaned once I leave. And give me your cards and stuff like that. I just kind of like feel people out to see like what they do and make sure I let them know what I do and just make a connection.
Love
Yeah.
that. Girl,
Yeah.
love that. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I have a suggestion if you're open
Mm-hmm.
to it, since I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I've talked to a lot of home service owners and kind of like figure out ways to actually help them in their business as well.
Mm-hmm.
But have you tried like LinkedIn outreach where you just message these commercial real estate agents and kind of
I
just
haven't.
set up a coffee?
No.
That might be
That's
very
a
helpful.
great, yeah, that's good. I never even thought of that. See, that's how like making connections work because people go, oh, have you done this? Have you done that? The open house
Absolutely.
thing. Someone said to me, have you done this? I'm like, no, you know what? I would love to do that. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, like message them saying, "Hey, like I actually live here. Like, would you want to grab coffee sometime this week?" Yeah, just to kind
Mm-hmm.
of connect. I think that would be like very helpful. And you could do it in the laptop too. Just
Yeah, yeah,
message a
yeah,
bunch of people.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So, how about hiring, right? I know that your partner's the one like does more of the team management. Is there something
Mhm.
that you can share to help people kind of hire the best talent to join their team, or what has been your experience with that?
Up north, it's that I was just speaking to my partner about this morning. Up north, it's very difficult. There's a lot of
Mm,
work and very, like, I live in a rural area up north. I
mhm.
don't live in the city. So there's not a lot of people. So it's very difficult to find help up north. Down
Oh,
here, it's there are a plethora of people wanting work. Like it is just no very simple hiring people. But down here, we don't use a hiring agency. I can't think of the name right now. Um, they apply for the job. I have the application on. It's losing my mind, but it's a very common thing that people use. And what I'll do is I'll just go on, place what I'm looking for. They'll give me their resume. I'll look over it. We'll sit down just like old fashioned. I'll review everything. Then we do a background check. We make sure everything's good there.
gotcha.
Usually, if they drive, all the simple stuff. That's what we
Hmm.
do. But yeah, South Florida so far has been very easy to hire people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's actually bigger houses there too, right? A lot of opportunity for um, that type of
There's
neighborhood.
all different. I mean, in Pennsylvania, the houses are much, much bigger just because there's
Oh,
stairs. Yeah,
oh,
there's
gotcha.
a group of bigger houses in Florida as well, but a lot of the most of the like just typical residential or ranch style houses. But yes, there's very big houses in Florida.
I know I've never visited, but I've always wanted to. I think the only
Hmm.
time I visited was in Disneyland to go with my parents and all that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
meaning to actually go to the beaches and stuff, but it's
Hmm.
beautiful out there for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, if you could give like one piece of advice to someone in the cleaning industry, what's one thing you would tell them?
I would say for me personally
Mhm.
would be to be extremely confident in knowing what your worth is, showing up with that face, like I am the company you want, you need me. And that gives you that presence to walk in and just know, I this is what I do, and be confident in what you do,
Yeah,
what you
absolutely.
bring to the table. Like if you trust yourself, you know yourself. Most people, they don't, a lot coming into their home, they're a little questionable, stuff like that. Like just making that connection and building that relationship. It's not just about cleaning your house. You know,
Absolutely.
you have a relationship with your clients. For me, anyway, I have a relationship with my clients, and that's how I handle it. So
I love that. Yeah, that's definitely
yeah.
similar values. Like your client is kind of your second family. And if you treat
Hmm.
them with that love and care, it
Hmm.
just really shows with your work. So I
Yeah.
100% support that. 100%.
Hmm.
So, aside from like door to door you guys do, or the tables you set up for open
Hmm.
houses, is there something you
Hmm.
guys do like online that has helped with your business? Or what
Yes.
has
So
been effective? Yeah.
I have my sister and my brother-in-law who do the whole Facebook thing.
Okay.
They they're working on the website, they work on the apps, they do like all of that for me and then let me know because I am not good with anything online. And I almost feel like I'm 70 years old and I don't even know how to use device. But I'm like, I give myself credit because I'm right on that like edge of like we only had like 10 computers in high school. You know what I mean? So I'm like kind of like right there. So that's why like sometimes I delegate tasks because I have a lot that I have to deal with. So they do the whole
Gotcha.
Facebook thing. My sister makes like a couple posts, 3 or 4 posts a week for both states. She'll make sure she puts it all on. She checks it with me. I edit it, go over it, and then she posts it. Any promotions, anything like that, they do that. I don't do Instagram at all. Even personally, I stopped 6 months ago, but Facebook definitely, because I feel like
Hmm.
Facebook is more like that family, you know,
Yeah,
type of
I
place
get
to
it.
be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And then
100%. Yeah,
yeah, the
100%.
website I haven't had a website until like 6 months ago. And my brother-in-law's working on that to get that up and going because I would like to implement like a lot of people use software and different types of things to That's one place where I think I need to grow a little bit and learn a little bit more because there's companies that use like online scheduling for their estimates and all of this stuff. And I don't do any of that yet. So I'm
Gotcha.
working on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I just like to go attack it the way that I always have. Just flyers. I literally was thinking the other day and flyers. I went to I went to a couple 55 plus communities because there's a lot here in South Florida and I put ads in all their monthly bulletins because they all still read the paper, you know.
Oh,
So I went and I created an ad for that and put it into all of those because and I checked first to see if there's other cleaning companies that are listed in there. And out of the three that I've done so far, there weren't. So we'll do like a big color ad in there. So when they open up and there's like thousands of units in each one of those. So my thought is, you know, get the commercial jobs, the real estate jobs, the Airbnbs, which I already have connections with all of
perfect.
those,
Yep.
and then get these ads in. And then once I start hiring people, I can put the employees on the little condos, you know,
Gotcha.
and they can go do that. And then I can, so 1 to 2 year, I would say 2 years is the realistic goal for me to be able to like step back. But
Gotcha.
right now it's like all hands on deck.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally understand. No, I love hearing stories like this. Seeing like you're such a girl boss. Like I freaking love
Hmm.
that. You're such a
Hmm.
go-getter and you
Hmm.
radiate this positive aura around about you. So I
Yeah.
absolutely love that.